Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and I'm a little bit disappointed. Oh, Coinbase, I'll tell you what. Talk about one train wreck. It's just normally when I'm talking about Coinbase, it's because their system is down again because XRP price is booming or another crypto. Anytime there's a price rally, it's just their system inexplicably stops working. So normally that's what I'm talking about when Coinbase comes up. In this case, check out this headline from crypto media outlet You Today. Coinbase reluctant to support Flare's Spark airdrop despite holding 3 billion XRP. Think about that. By the way, that's roughly 3% of the entire supply of XRP in existence. There will never be any additional XRP, so that's it. Roughly 3% of it is on this one exchange, and they don't really seem to care about what the customers want, and they are not... it's a virtual certainty at this point that they will not be adding the Spark airdrop. You will see I've got some specific information from Flare on this, and that's just disappointing. It's like XRP holders denied. Well, Coinbase, you little punk ass, Mike Tyson, I don't know. All right, before we get going, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And if you also believe that Coinbase is being a punk ass, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambeau channel in a show of solidarity or some such nonsense. To be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I just think it's fun to make videos on the YouTubes about crypto stuff. So there you go. It's my favorite hobby. Jumping in now. Coinbase, the leading exchange in the United States, apparently can't catch a break as of recently. This time, it riled up the formidable XRP army after refusing, I like that, the formidable XRP army, after refusing to participate in the upcoming airdrop of Flare Networks Spark token. Now, Flare Networks claims that it is likely too late for Coinbase to enable support for the token until the snapshot of all XRP addresses will be made on December 12th. And here's a little subheading. Coinbase and Kraken are not on board. XRP became available on Coinbase back in February 2019. Since then, the world's largest exchange has accrued over 3 billion tokens that are currently worth about $1.9 billion. Coinbase's silence on the Spark airdrop means that a portion of its users might not even be aware of it, thus missing out on the free tokens that XRP holders will receive at a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's probably the biggest part of this that I'm concerned about, is that many of these XRP holders are not necessarily going to be like you and I and up on the news day to day, and they're going to get screwed out of this. And I think that's rather unfortunate. There are major exchanges that are supporting this. This isn't some sort of fly-by-night entity, and we're demanding that they, add some sort of coin that is absurd or ridiculous or this or that. You're talking about, and I'll show you, like Binance. Binance is here. They're supporting this. But anyway, Flare Network states that all unused tokens will be redistributed to the remaining users. Multiple top-tier exchanges such as Bitstamp and Binance have already made announcements about participating in the token's distribution. Kraken, however, also has no plans to support the airdrop, according to a November 28th tweet published by its support team. And here's the tweet from Kraken. And by the way, their social media team has said some not correct and not good things about XRP specifically in the past, which I won't get into in this video, but I don't think that they're particularly fond of XRP. But anyway, here's what they wrote. We currently do not have plans to support this airdrop/fork. You could consider withdrawing your coins to the wallet you control. Kraken is not obligated to credit airdrops that occurred in the past or that will occur in the future. That's sure enough, and they don't have to do anything, but I think they're going to have some, for at least the customers that are in the know, for Kraken and Coinbase, that you're going to have some unhappy customers, and a lot of them will leave. So I hope that if they're really not going to support, and it looks like they're both of them are not going to be supportive of this, I hope that customers that want to claim Spark tokens act accordingly. That would be perfect. That would be the market doing its thing. But here's a tweet from the official Flare Twitter account here. Coinbase has barely engaged with Flare. They hold about 3 billion of your XRP. It is likely too late for them to do the work to support the Spark distribution at this point. It's a shame. I mean, I guess to be honest with you, I'm really not surprised. It's just disappointing. So, because I'm sure a ton of you listening actually do use Coinbase, and when the platform works, I think it's a lovely platform. But man, the lack of support here, and then the fact that it's all crashy all the damn time, makes me not as big of a fan as I once was. I still have an account with them, but I don't know, man. But yeah, and so this was just a headline from a few days back. Binance confirms support for XRP's Flared Network Snapshot and AIRDROP. And so Binance, they're bigger than Coinbase. They are the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, specifically by volume. Because you pick your metric, okay? By volume, they are the biggest. And they're on board with this, so it's totally doable. It's getting major support, and this is yet another poor business decision, I believe, because the world's going to want to trade this damn thing, and so I don't know. Is it going to be another instance where they just add the coin late to the party? I don't know. Maybe we shall see. All right, on to the next topic now. I found this fascinating. It's unrelated, but I want to share it with you. Now, this comes from Cointelegraph, and it's titled, Why Institutions Suddenly Give a Damn About Bitcoin. Yeah, and specifically, institutions, publicly traded companies, even all sorts of, I'd say, famous people in the world of like legacy finance, they're all jumping on board crypto, and most of them would be specifically Bitcoin. Now, of course, while this is an XRP-centric channel and I'm more excited about that, about XRP than Bitcoin, I am pro-Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin to do well. I suspect that it will for the foreseeable future, if not forever. And to me, this is fantastic because this will bode well for the rest of the cryptocurrency asset class, in particular those coins that have true staying power, because there will not be one coin to rule them all. And so if Bitcoin does well, I personally believe that XRP will continue to do well. Piece begins. Without a doubt, Bitcoin has become an increasingly popular asset to own among institutional investors. By the end of the second quarter of 2020, Fidelity reported in a survey of almost 800 institutional investors that 36% owned crypto assets. A separate survey, conducted by crypto asset insurance company Evertus, shared that respondents believe hedge funds will increase their crypto holdings drastically. It also projected that 90% of institutional holders of crypto assets expect to invest even more in Bitcoin this coming year. From MicroStrategy and Grayscale to JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, Bitcoin has solidified its place in investment portfolios as the asset to hold as a hedge against inflation and currency devaluation. However, beyond that, there are real technical reasons why institutional investors are becoming more and more bullish on Bitcoin, with some predicting it will reach $1 million by 2025. Now, that would be freaking amazing. I would not hate that. And look, XRP is simply following the price action of Bitcoin, so yes, I would absolutely love this. Even if Bitcoin's number one in market cap forever, which is still technically an if it is, fine. As long as we have a bigger pie and XRP follows, cool. Because I'm not going to get so greedy that I'm like, oh, it must be number one. Although I would love that. I personally, because I'm an XRP holder. I would not mind that one bit. But anyway, while the future value of Bitcoin may continue to be a topic of debate, the reality is that investors and financial institutions now believe holding Bitcoin might prove to be less risky than not having Bitcoin exposure at all. In fact, according to a crypto research firm, Masari, more than 81,000 Bitcoin belongs to the treasuries of publicly traded companies. That's astonishing. I think that's going to look like nothing way in the future, but it's still kind of astonishing to me the direction that things have been heading. There's been real progress made in throughout 2020, and clearly minds are shifting, and I freaking love it. To me, it could not be more obvious the direction that things are going, and crypto is here to stay, period. Even if we're wrong about the long-term viability of any individual coin, which is possible, you can do so many things with crypto that otherwise would not be possible, that represents value. And for that reason, it's not going away. Anyway, the piece continues. But what spurred the Bitcoin rally of 2020, and what are institutional investors seeing in Bitcoin now that they didn't see before? Well, it's in my humble opinion, the longer it's around, the more you just gotta, even if you're a naysayer, you just gotta be like, okay, wait a minute. How many more years have passed and it's still here? At some point, if you're being intellectually honest, you just gotta be like, okay, what do I not get about this? If you're one of the naysayers, you gotta go dig deep, go inside. Don't be a little punk ass. You gotta figure out what's going on. That's what Mike Tyson would do for sure. Now, Bitcoin acts as a non-sovereign currency that is uncorrelated with other asset classes. For institutional investors, it serves as a diversification tool to hedge against highly correlated markets such as the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the dollar. Two major areas where Bitcoin and blockchain technologies offer the most value to institutional investors include secure, borderless transactions and access to new opportunities that can't exist in traditional financial markets. Which speaks to what I was talking about. You can do things with crypto that you could not do with anything else. Bitcoin's innovative technology, including smart contracts, borderless payments, low fees, and faster, more secure transactions, are the catalysts that will prepare us for a future where national currencies break from their current physical form and become digitized. And that's the direction that we're heading. I certainly firmly believe that. I think pretty much every country on the planet at some point is going to have their own central bank digital currency, which is going to be effectively the same as fiat currency because it has the same monetary policy. You can print the damn thing into oblivion. No doubt they're not going to give it the power to do that. It's just a new means of transfer, and there's some other additional benefits in terms of tracking potentially, which there could be some overreach there, but even for tax reporting purposes, there are a number of reasons that it's going to make sense, and that could get people familiar with digital wallets, which I think would be massively beneficial to the world of crypto. Because then you can have crypto in there and the central bank digital currencies. It'd be different. Just imagine if you can have a wallet like that and you don't need a bank. And so they would be cutting out a bank, but it's not a government's job to ensure the viability of, the bank's, any bank's business model as it exists today. Any business has to adapt with changing times. So I don't think banks are going to go away. And I'm not one of the people that says down with banks, down with right. I'm not one of those schmucks. No, I think that banks are going to be here for the long haul, and I appreciate that they exist in a general sense, even if there are some bad ones. Because banks, they're just, your friends and family and in your community, they work there and they're providing a valuable service. Like, let's not hate that. Banks are people. Businesses are people. They're not brick and mortar. Banks, businesses, including banks, are people. So that's my opinion anyway. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo. Punk ass.